So we would hope and anticipate that this consultation will be a profound experience for you personally and professionally. Our desire would be that you have the same kind of experience we did 2 years ago inside of this environment for conversation. We also have a real commitment as a company to make a difference. We work in this space of communities and regions coming together to think about the future, be able to take responsibility for the future, build vitality and prosperity for themselves. That's our driving passion as a company. But we do it because we have a burning passion to see people see that possibility of being able to shape their own future and then being able to take the actions that guide them towards a future that they prefer. Because as many of you would know, there are a lot of communities and regions that are really struggling with their direction. The world's coming at them fast, they don't know how to deal with it, they see their young people leaving, they see their businesses shifting, they see changes they don't like, but they don't feel necessarily particularly empowered or skilled to be able to make the difference that they want. And our passion is to work with people who are willing to take a risk and do something meaningful for their own community and environment. There's no question for us that the dialogue and the conversation we're going to have here over the next 2 days will change the nature of our business. It's going to reach back and inform us on what we should be doing in terms of the challenges we wrestle with. So this, for us, is truly a remarkable opportunity. And when I say us, I'm including everybody. It's a remarkable gathering of people. I don't think the last time you were in a room and you heard so many different accents and voices and so many different professional expertise, experience, and people who are world experts come together in a remarkable gathering of people. Not only that, but we're in a remarkable location. We're inside the walls of the private home of the most powerful royal family in the world. And it creates an environment for us to be able to have some meaningful discussions, as Gary talked about. And we are intending that the outcome of this consultation will have the same substance, or would mirror the substance of the people here and the location we're in. So we intend that this be a very meaningful exercise. This is kind of a new one for us, right? So we've done a lot of work to think about how to bring out the best in 35 rather remarkable people gathered for 24 hours. And there's a context I want to create. And I really like this quote. I'm just going to read this to you because it in part sets the context. So, and I'm talking about opinions versus real thinking. And I know you are all experts and you all know an awful amount. But we're going to invite you to suspend opinion for 24 hours and engage together with us and with each other in what we would call real thinking. And this quote sums it up for me. I find for myself my first thought is never my best thought. My first thought is always someone else's. It's always what I've already heard about the subject, always the conventional wisdom. And that's not to take anything away from conventional wisdom. It's only by concentrating, sticking to the question, being patient, letting all the parts of my mind come into play, that I arrive at an original idea. By giving my brain a chance to make associations, draw connections, take me by surprise. And it's the take me by surprise piece that I really love in that. And why I'm reading that to you or showing that to you is that is what I believe is our opportunity. We are out of our usual environment. Our cell phones, we're disconnected from our reality, and this is a chance for very smart people to come together and engage in what we would call real thinking. The opportunity of this is not a collection of stuff we already know. The methodology of this consultation is what we would call an inquiry. So this is not about telling each other what we know, and part of the consultation will be that. But this is about us bringing our minds together to inquire into the future around those 5 key themes that we've designed. And I'm going to quote just to kind of, highlight what I'm talking about, which is the phenomenological method, and it's about wonder. And this is how we're going to invite you to come forth into the conversations here. So at the most basic level, the phenomenological reduction consists of the attitude or mood of wonder. So what does this mean? It implies an approach that can shatter the taken for grantedness of our everyday reality. Wonder is the unwilled willingness to meet what is utterly strange in what is most familiar. So in other words, we know a lot about the subjects we're talking about, but approaching it from wonder may give us an insight to see something about those subject areas we've not seen before. When we are struck with wonder, our minds are suddenly cleared of the clutter of everyday concerns that otherwise occupy us. From this moment of wonder, a question may emerge that addresses us and that is addressed by us. The way to knowledge and understanding begins in wonder. So we're going to invite you to stand in the context of wonder as we participate in this consultation. This is a chance to let go. You know, we're in this most extraordinary location. You don't need to be concerned about your safety here, for example. Things like that are taken care of. You know, and the very location should shatter our taken for grantedness. You know, for many of you, certainly for us, this was a once in a lifetime opportunity to be in this location, let alone be involved in this type of discussion. So we're going to invite you to bring that context to the discussions and the deliberation, and then we'll see how it goes.